Close your eyes for a moment, take a deep breath, because this message is not random, it found you for a reason. Right now, there is something in your life that feels uncertain, something you've been thinking about again and again, something you've tried to fix, tried to understand, tried to hold together, but no matter what you do, it still feels out of your control, and maybe you're tired of trying, tired of waiting, tired of not knowing what will happen next, and deep inside, you've started to wonder, is anything going to change? But right now, Jesus is saying, my child, everything is about to change. Not slowly, not eventually, but in ways you did not expect. Because what you see as delay was never meant to stop you, it was meant to prepare you. You were being strengthened, you were being shaped, you were becoming someone ready for what is coming next. Jesus says, my child, if I moved earlier, you would not have been ready. That's why things felt slow, that's why nothing seemed to move, that's why doors stayed closed, not because you were forgotten, but because you were being prepared, and now, that preparation is complete, something is shifting, you may not see it clearly yet, but you can feel it, a change in your energy, a quiet belief inside you, that something is about to happen. Jesus is saying, my child, this feeling is your sign. The waiting is ending, the silence is breaking, the movement is beginning. And it will not come the way you expected, because if it came the way you planned, you would try to control it, you would try to force it, you would try to understand everything, but what I am doing is beyond your understanding. Jesus says, my child, trust what you cannot explain. Because right now, behind the scenes, everything is being arranged, people are being aligned, situations are being shifted, opportunities are being prepared, all at once, and when it happens, it will feel sudden, unexpected, powerful, like everything changed overnight. But the truth is, it didn't happen overnight, it was being built, while you were waiting, while you were doubting, while you were wondering if anything was happening. Jesus is saying, my child, I never stopped working on your life. Even in your lowest moments, even when you felt alone, even when nothing made sense, I was there, guiding things, protecting you, redirecting you, and now, you are about to see the result. But listen carefully, when this change comes, do not doubt it, do not question it, do not pull yourself back into fear, because your past will try to remind you of old pain, old failures, old disappointments. But this is not your past repeating, this is your life transforming. Jesus says, my child, this time is different. Because you are different. You are stronger now, wiser now, more aware now, and that is why you are ready for what is coming, ready to receive it, ready to keep it, because what is coming into your life now is not temporary, it is stable, it is aligned, it is meant for you. Jesus is saying, my child, I am not just changing your situation, I am changing your life. If you feel something powerful about to change in your life, type Amen and trust what God is doing right now. Now, something begins to show in your reality, not just a feeling anymore, but something you can actually see, a shift, a movement, a moment where things start changing. Jesus is saying, my child, what I prepared in silence, I now reveal in your life. At first, it may come in a simple way, an opportunity, a message, a sudden opening, something that didn't exist before, and something inside you will recognize it, a calm certainty, this is different. Because this time, it won't feel forced, it won't feel confusing, it won't feel heavy, it will feel right. Jesus says, my child, what comes from me brings peace, not pressure. And that peace will guide you. You may still feel a little unsure, because after waiting so long, This change feels unfamiliar, but listen carefully. Unfamiliar does not mean wrong, it means new, and new is where your breakthrough begins. Jesus is saying, my child, step forward without fear. I am guiding you through this moment. This is where your faith becomes action, not just believing, but moving, not just hoping, but receiving, because what you prayed for is no longer coming, it has arrived. Now it's your time to accept it, to walk into it, to trust it fully. Jesus says, my child, do not hesitate now, this is the moment you were prepared for. And as you take that step, everything begins to align even more. One step leads to another, one door leads to many, one moment changes everything. If you feel a real change starting in your life, type Amen and step forward with faith. Now, things don't just change, they start to grow. What began as one small shift turns into something bigger. Jesus is saying, my child, when I open a door, I don't open just one. I create a path. You may begin to notice one opportunity leading to another, one connection opening more doors, one decision bringing multiple results. This is not luck, this is alignment. Everything starts connecting, everything starts flowing, and for the first time, you're not forcing anything, you're not chasing anything, you're not struggling like before. Instead, things are coming to you, naturally, easily, peacefully. Jesus says, my child, this is what happens when you trust my timing. At this stage, your mindset changes again. You stop doubting yourself, you stop questioning every step, because now, you can see the results, you can feel the progress, and that gives you confidence, real confidence, not forced, but natural. Jesus is saying, my child, continue moving forward, do not slow down now. Because momentum is building, and momentum is powerful. But listen carefully, do not let fear return, do not let old thoughts pull you back, because your past will try to remind you of how things used to be, but this is not the same life anymore. This is a new chapter, a new direction, a new reality. Jesus says, my child, you have entered what you prayed for. Now walk in it with faith. And as you continue, everything becomes clearer. Everything becomes stronger, everything becomes real. If you feel your life expanding into something better, type Amen and keep moving forward with confidence. Now, something powerful happens, not just growth, but stability. What once felt uncertain, now feels secure. Jesus is saying, my child, what I build in your life is not temporary, I establish it. The progress you are seeing doesn't stop, it continues. You may begin to notice results that stay instead of fading, opportunities that remain open, a path that feels clear and steady. This is different from before. Before, things came and went. Before, nothing felt consistent. But now, there is stability, there is structure, there is peace in your direction. Jesus says, my child, this is the result of your patience. You trusted me, and now you are standing in what I prepared. At this stage, you don't feel lost anymore, you don't feel confused anymore. Instead, you feel grounded, you feel certain, you feel ready, and that changes everything, because now, you are not reacting to life, you are living it with awareness. Jesus is saying, my child, stay rooted in this moment. Do not go back to doubt. Even if small challenges appear, they don't shake you, because now you understand, you are supported, you are guided, and you are exactly where you need to be. This is your stable stage, where growth continues naturally, where peace becomes normal, where success feels real. Jesus says, my child, this is only the beginning, there is still more ahead for you. If you feel your life becoming stable and secure, type Amen and continue walking forward with faith.